Hello everyone, back tuning into our Sunday evening live stream. So I'm being told that we're live right now on YouTube. So hello, good evening. Thank you so much everybody for being with us on our Sunday evening live stream. So I just closed down that, and I'll close that down as well. So hello, good evening. Thank you so much everybody for being with us on our Sunday evening live stream. So we're going to be talking about the CFS Winter 2020-21 update part 1. What did you think to it? I hope you enjoyed it, and we're going to be taking questions as well. And we'll be having a look at a little bit of 12-day data also. So we'll be doing some screen capturing, having a look at some 12-day data. And yeah, we're also going to have a look at CANSIPS and CFS V2 for winter of 2020-21. That'll be coming up later on in the video. So it's going to be an interesting live stream. I hope you, enjoy it, and don't forget to give us a like on the video. So yeah, give me a like on the video, and make sure that that you are enjoying it, and letting YouTube know that you are enjoying it. I'm not sure about the viewer rate with this, because I think I'm against Man United at the moment, so we may struggle a little bit for viewers on this one. We shall see. It'll be interesting to see how it goes, won't it? But yeah, it'll be very interesting to see. It looks like Savvy is checking, having trouble with the ads. So he's got a 5-minute unskippable ad. I'm very sorry to hear that, Savvy. So that's not very good, is it? Hopefully the ad will go in a moment. So hopefully the ad will go in a moment. But yeah, back to what we're doing. So I think we're going to be a little bit low on viewers to start off, because I'm up against Man U, I think, and I can't really compete with Man U, so we may struggle just a little bit. We might struggle just a little bit for viewers. So eventually we will get there. I think we should see the viewers going up later on in the live stream. Excuse me. So, right, what do we think about the 5th Winter Update then? What do we think about the 5th Winter 2020 Update Part 1? I hope you all enjoyed it. So, I think it was, quite interesting. Swings and roundabouts, really. There's a few things that are pointing us perhaps towards the milder side of things this week, but a few things also point us towards cold. I think the one big interesting point is, the one really big interesting point is going to be the Northern Pacific cooling down. The Northern Pacific is cooling down, has cooled down quite dramatically, so that's one of the things we're waiting for, I think, to see the Northern Pacific cool down. So that's going to be quite interesting, I think, to see how that develops. It might be a 1 week only type thing, but it would tie in with what's going on with the La Nina. It would tie in with that. So we're expecting the Pacific to generally start to cool down as this La Nina progresses. So that could be the start of it. It might be. It might be. But we shall see how it all develops. Right. Okay. So I'm going to scroll up to the top of the live chat. I'm going to zoom through as quickly as I can. And then around 6:30, something like that, we're going to start looking at some 12-day data. Because we're not doing a 10 to 14-day update, of course, now. So we'll have a look at a little bit of that. So we're going to look at what's late observation. We're going to look at some 12-day data. Have a look at the ECM for the next. For the next 10 to 40 days, day 10, day 14, and the CFS V2 for the next 4 weeks. Then later on in the live stream, we'll have a look at CANSIPS and CFS V2. So the long range stuff will be coming up later on in the stream. Been here for less than 5 minutes. We've got 65 concurrent viewers. Hello, good evening. Thank you so much, everybody, for checking into the live stream. Again, please make sure you give us a thumbs up on the stream and let YouTube know that you are enjoying it. So I just want to check something, make sure but I got that enabled. Okay, so right, first person in was Alan Petru, saying good evening, Gav. A nice afternoon here in Warwickshire after non-stop rain since Friday. It's been grim, hasn't it? It's been very, very grim, pouring with rain. Friday, Saturday, even most of today has been pretty damp, but it did clear up just a little bit later on this afternoon here in Northants. So I hope you're well, Alan. I hope the rain hasn't got you down too much. James Jukebox has checked in. Good evening, Gav. And gang, hope all is well. Thank you so much, James, for checking in to live stream. I'm going to give a birthday shout out to James. James Jukebox had a birthday, I think on Friday, wasn't it, James? So I said to give you a birthday shout out. So happy birthday for your birthday. Happy birthday for Friday to James Jukebox. So everybody can say happy birthday, James. That will be absolutely great. Thank you so much, everybody, for doing that. James Youngs is with us. Evening, Gab. Good evening to James Youngs. Thank you so much for being with us on the live stream. Christian Hayden has checked in. Good evening to Christian Hayden. Soft Shallow is with us as well. Good evening to Soft Shallow. And James is saying, James Youngs is saying, very interesting winter update early, Gab. Not great about QBO, but the oceans are looking very good, I must say. Yeah, as I say, it's like swings and roundabouts a little bit at the moment. You know, some of the things are looking a little bit better, I think, for a cold winter, particularly what's going on with the oceans, and particularly the Northern Pacific Ocean. But the QBO is a little bit of a concern. Yes, it looks like we are, well into Westerly QBO, really, given the number that came in for September. You can't really say much more other than it is like a solid West QBO. So that's not great, because cold winters have occurred with a West QBO anyway, and because this is such a strange scenario where the East QBO has failed, it's possible that this West QBO will never really power up and become like a proper, mature, strong Westerly QBO. So it's going to be interesting to see how it works out. But yeah, definitely swings and roundabouts at the moment, I think. With the drivers, the things that we look at within the winter updates, definitely is. Matthew Orchard with good evening to Matthew Orchard. Thank you so much for being with us on the live stream tonight. Right, okay, let's move on down then. So, you're conversing with one another again. That's great. We'd love to see you all conversing and having a chat. So please, have a chat with one another, and yeah, that's absolutely great if you can all do that. The amazing Marcus guy has checked in, saying, "Evening, Gav. Had a bit of a rubbish day today, so looking forward to live stream cheer me up." I'm so sorry to hear you've had a poor day, a bad day. The amazing Marcus guy. Thank you so much for being with us here on the live stream tonight. I hope we can make your Sunday a little bit better, my friend. Thank you so much for being here. James Young saying, yes, off this blocked kind of pattern with a trough stuck over country would be a real snowmaker during winter months. Yeah, I think if this was occurring like in January, we would probably have had quite a snowy scenario, actually. I wouldn't be surprised if we have. Right, okay, let's move on down. So, Singing Dog 8 has checked in. Singing Dog 8. Good evening to Singing Dog 8. Thank you so much for being with us on the live stream. We always love to see new names in the live chat. Saying, still heavy rain down here in Sussex, time to build. Now, it's been really wet, hasn't it? I know some places have still got the rain. Even now, things have dried up a little bit here. So yeah, things have dried up a little bit here this afternoon, but it's been a very, very wet weekend, hasn't it? Tremendously wet. Alan Petru saying, lovely evening here now. Not sure how much rain has fallen in Warwickshire, but would be interesting to know. I think in Northants we're at least at a couple of inches out, Alan. I think we've had at least a couple of inches of rain this weekend. It's been a very, very wet weekend. But as you say, things have dried up just a little bit over the past sort of few hours. Iceman has checked in, so good evening to Iceman, moderator Iceman. Say good evening, Gam, good evening, everyone. Everyone say thank you for moderating to all of our moderators. So Iceman, Savvy, also I think Paul is with us tonight. Paul James, I think, is with us. Richard is with us as well. So if everybody can say thank you to the moderators for moderating the live stream, that would be absolutely great. Thank you so much to all of the moderators for being with us this evening on the live stream. Right, where did I get to, Ben? So Iceman checked in. So right, okay. So Mark Kanish is with us. So good evening to Mark. Mark saying, hi Gavin, hope you're well. when you said about the QBO failing, I thought, oh no, it's not to do with the virus, is it? I know it's not, just makes me think 2020 is certainly thrown on out. So no, it's absolutely nothing to do with the virus, Mark. And yeah, 2020 has been a very, very strange year, hasn't it? It's been a very, very odd year indeed. Jack Lowe, hello there. So, sorry to my Obi-Wan. Hello there. Jack Lowe saying, hello there. Hi, guys. Anyone seen a bright yellow thing in the sky? It has brightened up here, Jack. It has brightened up here in the last sort of couple of hours or so. It's been a very, very grim, sort of weekend, hasn't it? Since Friday, it's just been overcast and pouring with rain continuously. Thank you so much, Jack, being with us on the live stream tonight. My eyes aren't very good tonight, so I'm just going to be squinting at the screen, and I may have a job to see some of your comments, actually, but we'll get there together. Iceman telling me I hope you have a great stream, Gab. Thank you so much, Iceman. Right, okay, Mark also asking, Mark Kanish also asking, also Gavin, in 2016, we had a failed easterly QBO, and it was mild winter. Does that mean it'll do the same type of thing with 2015, or doesn't it? There's no way of knowing, I don't think, Mark, because the failure of the QBO has only happened, as far as we know, like once in 2016. So that's the only example that we've got, really. So it'll be interesting to see, won't it, what happens. It definitely will be. Iceman is saying, been a cloudy, cold and wet day here in Northants, but rain has now finally stopped, but the clouds still remain. It's been very grim, Iceman, really has been. Another one from Mark. Do you think, Gavin, this winter will be another PV of Doom again? Too early to say, Mark. We're only at the 5th winter update, so we'll know more, when we release a GavsWeatherVids.com winter forecast, and that won't be until the start of December, 2nd of December. We've hit 70 concurrent viewers. Hello, good evening. Thank you so much, everybody, for being with us on live stream. Don't everybody gives a thumbs up on the live stream. That would be absolutely fantastic. Duncan is saying, hi, Gav. Think the sea surface temperatures are a big player this winter and are looking good for a colder winter. Possibly, Duncan. Yeah, sea surface temperatures are always an important player anyway for any coming winter. So yeah, we don't want the landing getting too strong. If we can keep the landing weak to moderate, that will be okay. We don't want it powering up into a very strong event, though. We want to see the Northern Pacific cooling down even more than it is. Right, let's move on down then. So let's have a look. So James Young is saying, as Gavin has said, we had a westerly QBO during the December to remember, and that was a weak to moderate La Nina during the December to remember, so don't lose hope. Indeed, yeah, that's true, James. So it is true that the December to remember was part of a westerly QBO winter. So again, cold winters have occurred with a westerly QBO, and mild winters occur perhaps more regularly than most people realise with an easterly QBO. There's never a guarantee in the weather, or with the weather, when it comes to us getting a colder winter. Mark saying last one, Gavin, on update today, it said it's a swing from cold to mild. Does that mean 100% a mild winter or not? No, we're just, that's just for up to, like, the 4th winter update last week. And no, there's plenty more winter updates still to go. Right, let's move on down. SB has checked in, saying the weather gods have the final word. Indeed they do, SB. Those weather gods, what have they got in store for us all this winter? We shall see, won't we? Right, okay, so let's move on down. So we've got Soft Shadow saying, Mark Kanish, I personally think you cannot predict it until at least 1 week before or 2 weeks before pushing it. So that's right, okay. Okay, who else we got with us? So also got Mark Clifford has checked in. Good evening to Mark Clifford. Thank you so much for being with us on the live stream tonight. Iceman has seen some blue sky. Yeah, we saw some blue sky as well, Iceman, here in our part of Northants as well today for the first time in several days. Duncan Wood, been raining all weekend. It's been very grim, Duncan, hasn't it? Dan C has checked in. Good evening, everyone. Good evening to Dan C. Katrine is with us. Good evening to Katrine Baso. Katrine saying, good evening, Gavin, moderators, and everyone. I hope you're keeping well and free from all colds. I'm fine, thank you, Katrine. I'm absolutely great. I hope you having a lovely weekend and you're okay too. Right, so let's have a look. Shiram has checked in, saying, evening Gavin, why is it a cause of concern if ECQBO keeps failing, and what consequences could it have for the summer and for the winter? I don't know about summer, Shiram, because I don't think the QBO is a particularly important driver in the summer. Its effects are mainly on the jet stream in the winter. I suppose the reason it's concerned is just that the QBO should be quite regular. You know, it should oscillate between westerly and easterly phases on a fairly regular way. And this is like the second failure that we've had of the easterly QBO for in 5 years. So it's a little bit odd to get that. And so I suppose that's why it's a little bit of a concern, because as far as we know, the QBO should be pretty regular. Right, Darth Vader has checked in. Darth Vader has arrived. Shall we greet Darth in the usual way? Thank you so much to Darth Vader for checking in to the live stream. It's great, it's fantastic. Thank you so much, Darth, being on the live stream tonight. I'm not really silly like that on a Friday, aren't I? But we greet Darth Vader in the traditional way in all live streams, actually. Right, Michael Campbell is with us. Good evening to Mike Campbell. Thank you so much for being with us on the live stream. And we've also got Craig 98 with us as well. So good evening to Craig 98. Toby Scott has checked in. Toby saying evening all. Does anyone know the background for winter? The last time the QBO failed, that would be 2016-17. I think that was a milder winter. I've had a super chat from Craig 98. Thank you so much to Craig 98 for your super chat. Thank you so much for doing that. Craig said, I always get an advert play when Gav starts. Anyone else? Yeah, that's something that goes with the live streams, I think, Craig. Right, so yeah, Savis had that unskippable 5-minute ad. Oh dear, sorry to hear that, Sav. That's not very good, is it? You should be able to, I thought if the ads are over 30 seconds, you should be able to skip them. You know, I know that sometimes you can't skip the ads if they are under 30 seconds, but if they're over 30 seconds, you ought to be able to skip them. So that's not very good. Maybe file a little complaint to YouTube, Savvy, and anyone else who's getting that ad, because that's not very good to have like a 5-minute ad that's not skippable. Right, Alex Hughes saying, Gav, what is the significance of Russia snow? Sorry if it's a silly question. The theory is that its snow cover builds up very quickly and advances very quickly across Russian Siberia. It should connect that later on to an increased strength, I suppose, of the Siberian high, really. So it should connect to a Siberian high, but just to have a stronger Siberian high than climatology does not mean we'll have a cold winter, because sometimes the Siberian high will go over the pole into Canada and North America, and so when that happens, then when that happens, then that will take the cold down into Canada, into North America as well. That can sometimes have the reverse effect for us, to blow up the jet stream over the Atlantic and bring us cyclogenesis. So just because you have a strengthened Siberian high does not necessarily mean it will come our way across Europe. That does not necessarily mean it will come our way across Europe. Right, I heard a little noise there, so I don't know what was bleeping at me. Did anyone hear that? I wonder what was bleeping at me. Right, let's have a look. Michael Johnson has checked in. Good evening, Gavin, from myself and Caitlin. Super chat. So James Jukebox, give me a super chat. Thank you so much to James Jukebox for your super chat. It's so kind for all of the support and the love that you give to me. It's absolutely amazing. So thank you to everybody who super chats the live streams and supports GavsWeatherVids, however you support us. Thank you so much. And thank you so much to James as well. At the end of the live show, I will shout out all super chatters as always. So yes, all super chatters will get a shout out at the end of the live stream. Right, so Alex, so we've got Michael Johnson checking in. Good evening, Gavin, myself and Caitlin. Good evening to Michael. Good evening, Caitlin. I hope you're both having a lovely day, and I hope I can keep you entertained, Caitlin. So yeah, thank you so much to Michael and to Caitlin for being us on the live stream tonight. Right, let's move on down. So we've got I'm not sure how to pronounce this. So it's let me know in the live chat how you would pronounce this, because I don't know. It's Xaycnt. Excellent, I think that is. Excellent, maybe. But I don't know. But however you pronounce your name, and I'm so sorry, but I don't know how to pronounce that. Thank you so much for being with us on live stream. Saying hello, Gav. Hello, Gab, mate. So thank you so much for being with us on the live stream. I will think it's like Xacent or something, but I don't know for sure. But thank you so much for being with us on the live stream tonight. Right, Reading Lad has checked in. Good evening to Reading Lad. Thank you so much for being with us on the live stream. Right, okay, Kevin Barber. Kevin's with us. Good evening to you all. Love the first Christmas update, Gab. Very pleasing. Thank you so much. I don't know what this bleeping is that I'm getting. Where is that coming from? I don't know, but I'm hearing some bleeping. I wonder if it's like the noise that the super chats are making. It might be the noise that super chats are making that I am hearing. But I hope no one is having any feedback issues. Stevie Wells has given me a super chat, so I think it's that noise that Streamlabs makes when I get a super chat. So Stevie Wells has given me a super chat. Thank you so much to Stevie Wells. Again, we will shout out all super chatters at the end of the live stream. It's amazing. It's incredible. The support that you give to me and to GavsWeatherVids is unbelievable. So thank you so much to all of you for super chatting. We are hovering in the low 80s for concurrent viewers. So another pretty big stream. I think viewers are going to be a little bit down on this one because I'm up against Man U. But yeah, still pretty decent viewing figures. Concurrent rate is around 80, just a little bit above 80. So thank you so much, everybody, for being with us on live stream tonight. Please give us a thumbs up on the live stream. Let YouTube know that you are enjoying this live stream tonight. Right, back to Kevin. Kevin saying good evening to you all. Excuse me, love the first Christmas update, Gav. Very pleasing. Yeah, has everybody seen the written update for Christmas? It's been released at GavsWeatherVids.com. It's a very, very interesting read. It's only a bit of fun. You know, we are like how far away are we from Christmas? So we're over 3 months away from Christmas, I think. So yeah, it's just a bit of fun, and just to get the page created at GavsWeatherVids.com, really get it indexed by Google and all of that thing, so that it's all nicely set up and indexed and ready to go when we start doing the Christmas countdown, which will be from the 1st of November. I think we'll be doing that, which will be a Sunday. That's going to be a Sunday as well. So that'll be an epic Sunday. We'll have like a winter update. We'll have the live stream. We'll have the first Christmas update as well. That'll be an epic Sunday, epic Sunday on the 1st of November. But thank you, Kevin, for being with us on live stream. I'm pleased you enjoyed. I'm so pleased that you enjoyed the. I am so pleased that you enjoyed that Christmas update. iTech Talk saying GM run showing. I'm not going to read that out because we're going to have a look at 12Z very shortly. So no spoilers, But thank you for being with us on the live stream. Right, let's see what we can do then. So I'm going to move on down the live chat and let's have a look. So we have got Duncan saying, hi Savvy, enjoyed your Mario 3 live stream. Yes, Savvy was live streaming Super Mario Brothers. Savvy live streamed Super Mario Brothers yesterday in a 4-hour live stream. I mean, I get worn out just doing like an hour and a bit of live stream. But Savvy was live streaming over 4 hours yesterday, Super Mario Brothers 3, and it was absolutely great. It brought back so many memories. For those of us, you know, of a certain age, I suppose, for those of us of a certain age, it brought back a lot of memories. So it was great. If you haven't seen Savvy's live stream, because all the live streams you can watch them on Catcher. So if you haven't seen Savvy's live stream of Super Mario Brothers 3, then it's on Savvy's channel, and it's absolutely great. Brought back a lot of memories for those of us of a certain age who remember Super Mario Brothers. Right, okay, let's have a look then. We've got Craig98 saying, enjoyed watching back your Friday night live stream. That start was brilliant. Definitely worth watch after this one. Yeah, did a live stream on Friday night. Had you all going for just a couple of seconds, didn't I? Whether we were going to stop being silly on a Friday night. I know I did. And yeah, so if anybody hasn't seen Friday night's live stream, it does start off on a very, very funny note, actually. Right, let's have a look then. Right, so Vasabi, went Vasabi, that's great, I'm pleased you got past that. We've got Stevie Wells saying, Gav, did you get my message about beasts from the east? Weather patterns are the same. Can you refresh my memory, Stevie? Please refresh my memory on that, because I'm not sure. I get a lot of... same leading up to this winter. Beasts from the East 2018. So I suppose, like, you think that the web patterns we're getting now, like, similar to 2017. Possibly. When we did last week's winter update, of course, we went back through the sea surface temperature anomalies and attempted to pick out the closest matches with Atlantic sea surface temperature anomalies to the current pattern. And 2017 did come out quite striking, didn't it, as like one of the leading matches for Atlantic sea surface temperature anomalies. So there could be something in that. There might be. That this year is quite closely connected to 2017. Shiram saying, hello Gavin, very disappointing to see the swing armature decisively go mild. I think it will need all the key drivers, etc. to go cold in the analogues to be with a chance of a good winter. We shall see, Shiram. We're still relatively early on in these winter updates, to be honest. We're only at the 5th winter update. We've got a lot to go. We've got a lot of data still to show. So we shall see, and time will tell what's going to happen. But I won't be overly concerned about anything at this stage. Let's see where we are, where we're at the business ends of the updates, which will be into November. Let's see where we are then. So we're going to have a look at some 12Z data in around 5 minutes or so. Thank you so much, everybody, for being with us on the live stream tonight. And then later on the live stream, we'll have a look at CANSIPS and CFS V2 for winter of 2020-21. Nick M is with us. Hi, everyone. Hope you are all well. Great videos again this week, Gav. Keep up good work. Love videos. Thank you so much, Nick. Thank you so much, Nick M, for that lovely, lovely comment. As long as people are enjoying the videos, then I am happy to keep doing them. Thank you so much to Nick M. Right, okay, so Paul is asking James whether he had a hangover. So did you, James Jukebox, after your birthday celebrations? You'll have to let us all know. SB said, I think the westerly QBO looks weaker than normal. Yeah, I think so, SB. So even though we are in westerly QBO, it may not power up into, like, a really strong event. It might not do. We shall see, though. Right, so let's have a look. What else are you saying? So, Kevin telling me that it's still raining in Harwich. Paul is telling me that it's still raining in, Portsmouth. Richard is giving me the score. Man United won Spurs. Is that Spurs 6? Spurs 6. Wow, that's a thrashing. My brother's not going to be very pleased about that. My brother will not be very pleased about that. That is a real thrashing. Shahid Hussein saying, I think we will have a cold snap, but maybe a dry winter, dry and cool. We shall see, Shahid. Thank you so much for being with us on the live stream. Sorin is with us. How about winter in Eastern Europe? Too early to tell, Sorin. So typically, if it's colder in the west, it'd be warmer in the east. If it's colder in the east, it'll be warmer in the west. You see what I mean? It's the way sort of the atmosphere balances itself out, kind of thing. But we do not know yet. We do not know what the pattern overall is going to be for this winter. So really, it's too early to tell, not only for the UK, but through the rest of Europe as well. We are at 85 concurrent viewers. In a couple of minutes' time, we'll start doing some screen capturing. The long-range stuff will be coming up later on in the live stream. Right, okay, let's have a look and see what else you are saying. Soft Shallow, I was telling Gav earlier, the November 23rd, 1981, about 3 p.m, 102 tornadoes hit the UK. That's a record for UK and Europe. Yes, I know that, Soft, because a very long time ago, many years ago, on my old YouTube channel, I did a historic weather video for winter of 81-82. And we covered November and the tornadoes on that day, which is 23rd November 1981. We covered that in the historic weather video. It's one of my oldest historic weather videos. It goes right way back to the very beginning of the original YouTube channel, or within the first year anyway, I suppose. And yeah, so it's one of the oldest historic videos, but I did do that back in the day, and so I know that there was that tremendous number of tornadoes, 102. Wow, it's incredible, 102 tornadoes in November 1981, just before that freezing cold December of 1981. We have hit 90 concurrent viewers, so turning into a big stream. Hello. Good evening. Thank you so much, everybody, for being with us on the live stream tonight. Nick M is saying, been a lovely day here in West Lothian today. Please hear, it's been pretty grim here, but it did get better later on. Matthew Orchard saying the heating and wood burner on here, Kevin. Been pretty cool, hasn't it? Scott Olson has checked in. Greetings from just outside Philadelphia, USA. Thank you so much, Scott, for being with us on the live stream tonight. Thank you so much to Scott Olson being with us from Philadelphia. It's incredible. Thank you so much for being here. Shiram, I don't think most of us could take another mild winter this year after last winter's horrendous nightmare. I'm probably okay if it's mild and dry, but I don't want another polar vortex of doom. I really do not want another polar vortex of doom if we can possibly help it. Right, so David Cook is with us. Always great to see new names within the live chat. Thank you so much to David Cook, saying good evening, going from a wet Icklesham, Sussex. Thank you so much, David, for being with us on the live stream. Navigator, I think it would be the perfect winter for snow, with most unlikely working from home. Yeah, if you're not going to go out, then it's fine, isn't it? It's fine to snow if you've not got to go out. Paul Richmond is with us. Hello from Dublin. Again, great to see new names in the live chat, in the live stream. Thank you so much to Paul Richmond for being with us on the live stream tonight. Right, let's have a look then. So Adam Lister, in Winter Update, you showed a new map showing the change in sea surface temperatures last week to this. The Atlantic cooling down looked like a tripod developing. Would you agree? I didn't focus too much on the Atlantic with that, Adam. I was mainly focusing on the Northern Pacific, so I have to have another look. I didn't really notice what the Atlantic change had been over the past week, so I'll have another look, and we may give it a mention next week. Right, I'm going to have to come down to one of the live chat because I'm going to have to do some screen capturing. So let's come down to the bottom of the live chat. Again, I'm so sorry for all of the people that I have missed out with comments and questions and so on. We'll do a little bit more later on in the live stream. We will do a little bit more later on in the live stream. I'm going to live stream the 12Z very shortly. Then I'll have a little bit of a break. I'll come back to YouTube. So do a few more questions then, and then I'll have a look at the long range data. But the streams are so big, the live chats are so active that I just can't answer everybody's questions and comments. So I'm really sorry if anybody's questions and comments get left out. I am really sorry about that. John Stenson has checked in. Good evening, Gav, and everyone. I hope you're all keeping well and happy. Really enjoying all your winter forecast, Gav, and dreaming of a cold one with plenty of the white. So thank you so much, John. Thank you so much, John, for being with us on the live stream tonight. Right, let's move down then. Let's come down to the bottom of the live chat and see what else you're saying. David Cook, do the predictions also take into account some traffic warning? Was that too unpredictable? Probably too unpredictable, really, David. Although we know that certain things like an ECQBO will increase the chance of a sudden stratospheric warming. They'll increase the chance of a sudden stratospheric warming. but it's probably too early to, but really, you know, the sun's trying to fit warm is very difficult to know. And I see that you're giving me a super chat. So David is saying, first time again from me, and a hopeful husky. Thank you so much for your super chat, David. It's incredibly kind of you to do that. So thank you so much, dear Matt. Michael Johnson. At the end of the live show, I will shout out all super chats. I promise I will. We have gone over 100 concurrent viewers now. Reached 103 concurrent viewers. So turning into another big stream. Thank you so much, everyone. Michael Johnson said, enjoy the stream, Gav. Been a reasonable day here today. A bit of dry weather has been around. Even got washing dry, which I didn't expect. I'm so pleased to hear that it dried out for you eventually. I really am. So let's have a look then. Let's move on down to the bottom of the live chat, and then we'll start looking at the 12Z and see what 12Z is showing. Hello there, Daily has checked in. Good evening to you. Hello there, Daily. Hello there, Daily. Saying very interesting that Northern Pacific SSDs are rapidly cooling down. Yes, it's a good sign, I think. Hello there, Dave. But we need it to go further. We need it to go a good deal further. Mark Knish is saying, what a cold, snowy winter like 2009. I think they called that a big freeze, didn't they, Gavin? That's 2010, I think. That was like 09-10, but was very, very cold. Right, I'm going to come down to the bottom of the live chat. Savvy said, been an absolute washout here in North Wales. It nearly has been a washout here as well. But it did dry up a little bit this afternoon, actually. Right, okay, so, let's see what else you are saying. Right, I'm coming down to the bottom of the live chat. Ultra has checked in. Does a polar vortex of doom look likely? Let's have a look at that. Come down to the bottom of the live chat, so sorry about that, everyone. Let's go back. Ultra was asking about the polar vortex of doom. Does the polar vortex of doom look likely at the moment, or is it too early to tell? Again, too early to tell, Ultra. That is too early to tell at the moment. Downstairs Dave saying, good evening, Gav. Definitely a different feel to the weather this year. Maybe some surprises coming up. It feels a bit colder at the moment, doesn't it, downstairs Dave? But it's early days. Remember, we had quite a cool, wet autumn last year as well. Right, let's see then. So I'm going to come down. I am going to get to the bottom of the live chat, and then we will start live stream the trials. I'm really quite late now, so I've got to do that for you very shortly. So SB, I'm dreaming of a white new year. It would be nice to have a white new year, wouldn't it? I think we'll, and Sally's saying dreaming of a white Chris. So Sally's dreaming of a white Chris, SB's dreaming of a white new year. Maybe we could have both. Wouldn't it be great if we could have a white Christmas and also a white new year? That would be great, wouldn't it, if we could? Also saying our sun's trying to affect women's common. Have the past years been anomalous? I think they occur, like a big one occurs like 1 in 3, I think. So they're relatively common. They do happen relatively commonly, I think. Right, let's see then. So Richard is saying, remember to watch part 2 of the updates of part 2 of update 5 tomorrow at 6 p.m. Yeah, we're going to be releasing part 2 of the 5th Winter 2020 update at 6 p.m. tomorrow. So it's going to be focusing on analogs. That'll be focusing on analogs. So have a watch of that. Be coming up tomorrow evening. Right, I'm down at the very bottom of the live chat, and I am going to go and do some screen capturing now. We have hit 109 concurrent viewers. So is the match finished? Maybe the match is finished. Everybody's checking in. Possibly that's what's going on. But it's turned into another really big stream. So thank you so much, everybody, being with us on live stream. Right, so let's do some screen capturing for you then. So with this, I am going to be disappearing for a few minutes. The webcam will be going, but I'll be returning a little bit later on. So I'm going to turn off the image, and webcam is going to go as well. There we go. And I'm going to start display capturing. There we are. We are now display capturing. And the first thing we're going to do is go over to the National Hurricane Centre. So here we are. We have got 4 areas of interest. We've got a yellow X just there. The yellow X is disturbance free, which has a 10% chance of cyclone formation in the next 48 hours, and a 10% chance in the next 5 days. I don't think we have to worry too much about disturbance free. If we can just bear with me, I'll have a little sip of Coke. That'd be absolutely great. Right. Rather dry doing these, get rather dry doing these live streams on the vocals. I do not know how Savvy managed to do 4 hours, over 4 hours of live stream. My hat, yesterday, my hat is well and truly off to you, Sam, because I don't know how you did that at all. You know, I'm starting to get really dry now after like 30, 40 minutes. I need a drink, and I could not do a live stream for 4 hours, I don't think. But well done, Savvy, on that 4-hour live stream. That was just absolutely amazing that you was able to do that. Right, got disturbance 2 here, so that is again 10% chance of cyclone formation in the next 48 hours and a 10% chance in the next 5 days. Again, don't think we have to worry too much about disturbance 1 and disturbance 2. Or that's disturbance 3 and disturbance 2. Now, what we do have to worry about disturbance 1, that's this red X just here. So disturbance 1 is giving a 70% chance of cyclone formation in the next 48 hours and an 80% chance, very, very high chance of cyclone formation in the next 5 days. I'm not going to read you everything they're saying about that, but that is definitely going to be one to watch in the coming days. And then, of course, we also have Gamma just here, Tropical Storm Gamma, which is currently giving maximum sustained winds of 60 miles per hour with a minimum set pressure of 996 millibars, moving northwards at 2 miles per hour. Clicking on Gamma, we can see what Gamma is being forecast to do. So it's going to remain as a tropical storm moving into the Gulf of Mexico quite slowly. So still a tropical storm in the middle of the southern Gulf of Mexico Thursday to Friday. And still in business. So at any point that could ramp up, of course. I mean, it might dissipate, but it could ramp up. So up to Friday, Tropical Storm Gamma is still well and truly in business. Right, these are our latest temperature observations. Been very, very cool this weekend. We have achieved 15 degrees. We have managed to achieve 15 degrees in the northwest of the country. So Western Scotland, these sort of areas just here, managed to reach 15 degrees. However, most other places have really been struggling. And 15 isn't that great anyway for early October, really. Some places have only had temperatures like 9, 10 degrees. Parts of Wales, for example, only 9, 10 degrees there. We've got the Midlands, for example, Church Northwood only at 11. Wittering at 11 too. Scampton at 12. Even down into the southeastern part of the country, London Gatwick at 11, London Heathrow at 11. These are very, very cool temperatures for early October, well below average. More like an early November afternoon than an early October afternoon. So you get the idea that it is really cool. Where we have the sunshine, based on the sunny spells, probably is where the highest temperatures are going to be. Right, let's have a look at some 12Z then. So this is UK Met Office 12Z for Wednesday. So let's just pull this out a little bit so that everybody can see it okay. So this is how the UK Met is looking for Wednesday. We're in a showery, cool and showery northwesterly wind on Wednesday. Another secondary area of low pressure coming in around the main low on Thursday, bringing a bout of wet and windy weather. That clears away to the east on Friday. We bring cool and showery northwesterlies again. And then on Saturday, as far as we go for UK Met, Saturday the 10th of October, low pressure to our east, high pressure to our west, and we're pulling down a northerly wind. So looking cool, maybe even quite cold on Saturday, and quite showery as well. That is the UK Met. So let's have a look at the GFS, shall we? Again, I'll just have another little sip of Coke. Right, so this is how the GFS is looking for Wednesday. So again, we've got low pressure out to our west. We're in a cool, showery northwest wind. This low pressure is a little bit deeper and a little bit more vigorous with the GFS compared to the UK Met. Now we go through into, we go through into Thursday, and we're turning properly wet and windy there. So the GFS is developing this low pressure more than the UK Met, turning it into quite a significant area of low pressure, bringing gale force winds to southern and southwestern parts of the country. Friday, we're into a showery, cool and showery northwesterly flow, and that carries on into weekend. So into weekend, we start to reach the high pressure in from the west, take the low pressure wave from the east, turn winds into the north, so it will turn colder weekend. But as this ridge builds in from the Atlantic, it will start to turn dry. Although for eastern and southeast areas, it might actually be quite a cool, showery weekend through most of the weekend. Moving out into the early part of next week, again the high pressure sort of just out to our west, winds are in from a northwesterly direction then, so still pretty cool, but definitely the trend is towards higher pressure, so becoming drier. The trend is definitely becoming drier here, and we actually, as we get towards day 10, which is Wednesday the 14th of October, we actually find ourselves under a nice ridge there. It's quite a cold ridge there, I think, and probably bring an overnight frost risk with that, but at least it's drying out, it's turning drier. And then look at this, we go through into the second half of October, and that high pressure begins to pull out to our west again. We start to pull down another northwest wind. This could be shaping up to be really quite a cold October, actually. And now we're coming to the closing stages of this GFS run, and the low pressure is diving southwards. Look at that, another one of these diving areas of low pressure, which I find very, very interesting. Look where the low is there on the 15th of October. The low pressure generally to our north, around Iceland, and in the typical position. But look what happens, there's below around Iceland there on the 18th of October. Look what happens, it dives southwards, plunges southwards across the western side of Europe. That tells us that the jet stream is on a northwest-southeast alignment. It's the jet stream that is pulling that area of low pressure down from Iceland, with the ridge building again on the back of that low. It's possible, if this carries on with these diving low pressures, it's possible that by the end of October into the early part of November, we might start to get some snow with this across northern parts of the country with one of these diving areas of low pressure. So that'd be quite interesting to see if these diving lows continue as they are at the moment. Right, GM next. Let's have a look at the GM. So again, we are looking showery on Wednesday into Thursday. Secondary low coming in off the Atlantic. That'll bring another bout of wet and windy weather through Thursday. That low gets out of our way on Friday. We turn the wind into the north. We go into a colder, showery northwest wind. And then over the weekend, we get this ridge building out to our west with low pressure to our east. It will dry up over the weekend, but it will also start to turn colder as winds shift into the north. That high pressure then slips down over the country, becomes a very significant area of high pressure as we run up towards day 10, before starting to move its way towards Scandinavia by day 10 itself. Wednesday the 14th of October started bringing some easterly winds. They won't be particularly cold, but again, it's quite unusual to see high pressure over Scandinavia in October. I do wonder if this October could actually be quite a cold month. It's very early days on it. We might get a very warm spell at some point that will scupper this. But at the moment, to me, it looks like October is shaping up to be potentially quite a cold month, actually. So let me know in the live chat what you think about that. Are we in for a cold October? Right, these are the options on the table within the ECM ensembles today for day 10, and this gets us to the 7th of October. The Icelandic Met Ops have 21 members of the ECM ensembles with low pressure over to our east, blocking high pressure to the north, jet streams on the northwest, southeast, like looking cool and unsettled. No, what am I doing? That's today, that's the 7th. What am I doing? So that's in 4 days, so it's a 4 day. That's like in 3 days, isn't it? We want to come now to day 10, sorry about that. Right, that was a save, wasn't it? That could have been embarrassing. Right, these are the options on the table. We're live, you see. We are live. Anything can happen. Right, these are the options on the table for day 10, which gets us to the 14th of October. That looks better, doesn't it? So 15 members of the ECM ensembles, let's change the colour, have high pressure over and to the west of the country, lower pressure to the east, winds are in from a northwesterly direction. Going to be dry and quite cool with that. 15 with high pressure in the mid-Atlantic going up towards Greenland. low pressure to the south, winds are in from the east. That's going to be quite cold and will be quite unsettled too. 12 with a mid-Atlantic ridge going up towards a Greenland high. So again, winds are in from the north there. That's going to be drier, but could be quite cold. And then 9 with high pressure right over top of the country at day 10. Going to be mostly dry, but could be chilly under that ridge. In 2 weeks' time, these are the options that we've got. This is going to get us to the 19th of October. We have 20 members of the east ensembles. Then looking unsettled. Low pressure over country. High pressure is to the north. Cool and unsettled with those. 13 with high pressure out to our west. Low pressure to our east. Winds are coming in from a northerly direction. 10 with high pressure to our north. Winds again coming in from the east. And 8 with low pressure over the country. So bit indeterminate there, by the time you get to 2 weeks out, might be seeing signs that it's starting to turn a bit more unsettled once again. CFS V2, so these are 500 millibar heights going down to week period. Just do this one, I'll go back to YouTube for 10 minutes and then we'll start live streaming the winter data from CANSIPS and the CFS V2 for it, which I know is what a lot of you are waiting for. This is week 1, 500 millibar height anomaly from CFS V2 from the 4th to the 10th of October with a deep trough of low pressure right over top of the country and northern blocking combined. Going to be cool and very unsettled in week 1. Week 2 looks like that. It's going to be the 11th to the 17th of October with low pressure again right over top of the country, blocking to our north, cool and unsettled again from the 11th to the 17th of October. Week 3 is going to be the 18th to 24th of October with a Scandinavian high ridging into the UK. Winds will be coming in from the east with that. Going to be mainly dry. Could be a little bit on the cold side. Easterlies in the second half of October. Probably not going to be overly warm, I wouldn't have thought. And then week 4 is going to be the 25th to the 31st of October, Halloween. With the high pressure beginning to recede back into eastern parts of Scandinavia and to west of Russia. Possibly some lower pressure beginning to come through here. Might be starting to turn a bit more unsettled and could be starting to turn a bit milder as well, with winds pulling up from the southwest. I think that could be a pretty chilly October, although the final week might see the temperature staging a little bit of a recovery. But I think we could be on course for quite a cold October here. Let me know in the live chat what you think. Right, we're 10 to 7, so I'm going to go back to YouTube for a few minutes, and we shall see what you will be making of that. And then at 7 o'clock, we're going to start live streaming CANSIPS, and also we will start live streaming CFS V2 for winter 2020-21. So I see while I was doing that, but I have had a super chat. Let's just turn the display catcher off very briefly. We'll put it back up in 10 minutes. The webcam is going to come back. So there we are. The webcam is coming back off return. And the image is coming back as well. We shall enable that. And I see what I've had a super chat. So I've had a super chat from Joel McGrath. Joel McGrath have given me a super chat. Thank you so much to Joel for the super chat. It's very kind. It's incredibly kind of you to do that for me. So thank you so much, Joel, for your super chat. And at the end of live stream, I will give a shout out to all super chats. Thank you so much to each and every one of you. We are hovering over, we've got over 120 concurrent viewers. So it's been an incredible live stream again. And we are not done by any means. We are not done at all with this live stream, because we've still got all of the winter data to show you from CANSIPS and also from the CFS V2 as well. So we are by no means done, and in around 9 minutes to 7 o'clock, we shall start live streaming winter data from CANSIPS and from the CFS V2. Right, I'm scrolling back up the live chat. I'm going to take a few more comments if I possibly can until 7 o'clock. And then at 7 we'll start live streaming the winter data, as I said. Right, so where did I get to? We got to Richard saying, remember to watch part 2 of the winter update. Yeah, if everybody can watch part 2 of the 5th winter update tomorrow, that would be absolutely great if you can all do that. Right, Nigel Clifford, when is the wet weather going to end here in the south of England? It's going to get better from now onwards, Nigel. It should start drying up. It's going to be showery, but it won't be like this continuous sort of deluge that we have had. You know, it won't be like this continuous deluge. We just saw we may actually be under high pressure by day 10. We might start to generate an area of high pressure and turn things dry but cold. Shiram, only Xmas 95 and 96 comes close to Xmas 78, not to mention Xmas 2010. Yeah, well, Christmas 1978 was quite mild though, wasn't it, itself? The actual Christmas day of 1978 was mild. I mean, it got really wet, didn't it, between, like, just after Boxing Day. So I think it's around the 27th, 28th, turned very, very wet with torrential rain. And the jet stream moving further and further south, day by day, the northern blocking strengthened. And so the rain eventually started to turn to snow as we moved towards the new year. And we had a very, very snowy new year from 78 to 79. Of course, that was the beginning of that ferociously cold winter of 1979, the winter of discontent. But it started off really wet, actually. The first thing was like the rain, and then came the freeze. So, of course, there's a lot of flooding, I think, just after Christmas of 78. Most of that froze up as the cold air started to dig in from the north. And then on top of that freeze up, of course, frozen rainwater, frozen ice. On top of all of that, we had loads and loads of snow. It was an incredible spell of weather that we had between Christmas and New Year in 1978. Absolutely incredible. And the wait for like a New Year blizzard like that goes on, really, doesn't it? Matthew Richards saying Boxing Day 1995 was snowing down here in the southeast. We didn't get much snow in over Christmas 1995. No, it was very cold. It's very, very cold Christmas. It's basically sunny. Where we are always sheltered. It's very northerly, wasn't it, that Christmas? So where we was very sheltered from those northerly winds. So we didn't get much in way of snow, but it's very, very cold, really real freeze up between that Christmas and New Year. And they did get a little bit of snow, just it started to get milder just before New Year's Eve, I remember. Matthew Watch say, don't think people will be travelling about so much this Christmas, so don't have to worry about there being snow over the festive holidays. Yeah, weather's going to do what it wants anyway, isn't it? Weather will do what it wants. Steve Wells said, I reckon you should start live stream at 8 PM for more viewers. I'm happy with the time where we start live stream, Stevie. I'm very busy, so when I've done this, I've got to go and do the written version, the winter update, and then I've got to record part 2 of the winter update for you all to watch tomorrow. So basically, I wouldn't have time to do this at 8 PM. But, if people want to watch live stream, maybe we'll watch live stream whatever time we do it, I think. So people can watch it, or they can not watch it, they can watch it on CANSIPS, absolutely fine. And it's no problem whatsoever. Linda Haynes saying, okay, had some really wild winters here, -20, snowed in for a month. Where are you, Linda? I don't know where you are. Linda's in Scotland. So, yeah, obviously it's going to be, Scotland will get more cold winters than we will, just here, of course. Right, I'm going to move down towards butterfly chat, because in around 5 minutes we're going to look at the winter data that I've been promising you. So Darth Vader is saying, I mean the second peak of the hurricane season. So I'm not sure about that. Second peak of the hurricane season. Well, we have gone through a quieter interlude though, haven't we? So that, you probably mean that it's ramping up again now. After going through like a little bit of a pause, we're beginning to ramp up again. I expect that's what Darth Vader is referring to there. So Sammy saying no politics, no, so yeah, if everybody can keep politics out of the live chat, that'd be absolutely great. We're here to get away from politics. We're doing these live streams to get away from it, I think. So we're trying to think, when we're doing these, we're trying to forget it, we're trying to forget all of the terrible things that are going on all the time, and have a good time and have a laugh, especially on a Friday night. Of course. So we're trying to get away from all of that. So yeah, I agree. Thank you, Savvy, for the reminder. Excuse me. Richard is saying, Richard is saying it's certainly been a cold month. CT looks like staying below average for the next 10 days. I think so, Rich. Yeah, I think this could be, out of nowhere. This might be really quite a cold month, actually. We shall see, though. It only takes one really warm spell to scupper it, but at the moment I think this could be like our first month for a very long time. It could come out under a degree below average, which would be quite remarkable. Jeffers Craft has checked in. Good evening to Jeffers Craft. Hi everyone. I'm late today. I hope you're all good. Thank you so much, Jeffers, for checking in from the West Coast. Thank you so much to Jeffers Craft for being with us on the live stream tonight. I'm going to move down to the bottom of the live chat once more, and then we are going to start looking at that winter data that I've been telling you about. So Katrine said it could be cold until the 18th of October, and then for a few days there'll be a short spell of warm weather, may get cold again. Might do, Katrine. We normally have like a brief warmish sort of spell sometime in the third week of October. I've spoken about this before. It's one of the singularities of the weather, so it's possible we may do. Yes, I think we may get a brief warm, but then go cold again towards the end of the month, perhaps. Shiram saying, I think October could be a below average CT month, definitely, as there is not much sign of the Azores high and balmy southwest winds at the moment. I think so, Shiram. I think so. I think it's a possibility. Right, Matthew Richards, has a warm September, cold October ever been followed by a cold winter? We shall see, Matthew, I suppose. But this September hasn't been overly warm. That's the thing about it. So although it was quite warm, you know, through the first 3 weeks, actually the overall monthly averages are not particularly warmer than average, to be honest. So it's been reasonably close to average, just a little bit above, really. So yeah, we shall see, though. And, of course, we'll be looking at all of that throughout the winter updates. I'm quite sure we will. Right, I'm going to come down to the bottom of live chat. I think I'm at the bottom of the live chat now. So hello again to everybody at the bottom of the live chat. So let's see what's going on at the bottom of the live chat, and then we're going to look at winter data. Have a look at winter data. We've got calm before the fallout. Hi Gav, loving the live streams. I'm wondering what you would say is the most influential factor in terms of predicting our winter. Would that be ENSO State, Northeast and Pacific SSTs, Atlantic SSTs, etc.? So we do weight the various factors that we look at, and some are a little bit more influential than others. I think ENSO is always very important, particularly if it becomes very strong, because if you get a very strong El Nino or indeed La Nina, that will tend to override any other. You know, it would tend to override any other factor and will tend to have a mild winter. So ENSO is always very important. Generally, sea surface temperature anomalies in the Atlantic and Pacific are very important. I think solar activity for winter is quite important, less so for other seasons, but solar activity is very important for winter. And so yeah, so we do weight some of these factors a little bit more against each other, and they become that all gets a little bit more important behind the scenes when we come to release the winter forecast. Mark Kanish is saying, Gavin, would be interesting. Could be like end of October 2008, ended up with snow. It's a possibility, Mark. That's a very, very rare event. I would suggest, like, snow down in Lone or something is not expected this October, because what happened in 2008 was very, very rare and unusual. But I would rule nothing in and rule nothing out when we get these diving areas of low pressure at the moment. Hello there, Dave, saying, does the second written Christmas update come next Sunday, Gab? Probably. Hello there, Dave. I would think so. Yes, I would think that is quite likely. So it looks like Savvy is having a cottage pie. I'll be right back. Got a cottage pie. Lovely, Savvy. You enjoy your cottage pie. Wow. That sounds lovely. So Linda, no, not Scotland, South Wales. Oh, sorry, Linda. Very sorry about that. You're in South Wales then. Wow. Yeah, I can imagine it gets pretty cold there. Dave Edmonds, I remember 62-63 winter, my dad drove us from Cambridge to Bristol as the roads closed behind us. Yeah, that was so cold. Daddy of cold winters, wasn't it? We are quite close to 130 concurrent viewers, and I'm going to start looking at that winter data now, because that's what everybody is waiting for, isn't it? So, it's just gone 7 o'clock. Hello, good evening. Thank you so much, everybody, for being with us on the live stream tonight. SB hates cottage pie. Wow. You hate cottage pie, SB. I love cottage pie. Paul James, Christmas 1981 was brilliant, cold frosting and snow on the ground. Yeah, it was great. That was a really, really cold seasonal Christmas. Right, we have hit 130 concurrent viewers. It's just gone 7 o'clock. You're all waiting to see the winter data. I know you are. So now we have got to show you this data for the winter of 2021. So, been a massive live stream. I hope you've all enjoyed it. Thank you so much, everybody, for being with us on the live stream tonight. So, let's turn off the image again. So, the image is going, and I'm going to go as well. So, I'll be back to wrap up the live stream after we have looked at this winter data. So, webcam is going for the time being. And here we go. We're going to start display capturing once again. Notice how I'm waiting a couple of seconds before I start display capturing. If you notice that, before I enable the display capture, I'm just taking my time and making sure I know what I'm doing. That's not what happened the other week, where I plunged you all into darkness. So that won't be happening again. Right, okay, so let's do this then. So we'll shut down that tab just there, and we're going to start looking at CANSIPS. Right, these are the mean sea level pressure anomalies from CANSIPS on a month-by-month period. So this is how November is currently looking. This is November's mean sea level pressure anomaly, just updated on the 1st of October. This is for November, showing high pressure out to our west, low pressure is to our north, jet stream is pushed northwards. Pretty dry with that, a lot of dry weather, and, you know, been on the cold side as well, probably. Anticyclonic, and probably a bit chilly for November. So dry but chilly, I think, would be the suggestion there for November. This is how December is looking from CANSIPS. So going for high pressure be over top of the country then in December. So again, quite a lot of dry weather for November and December. Jet stream is pushed northwards with the low pressures as well. We are on the mild side of the jet. That's not a particularly cold ridge, really, because it's like a mid-latitude ridge. It's like a extension from the Azores high. As it's centrally located over top of the country, it could give sort of cold weather from frost and that kind of thing. Alternatively, it might just fill up with low cloud and anticyclonic gloom. But what it won't do, it won't pull in. So it might be cold from frost and fog, but it won't pull in northerly or easterlies. It won't pull in Arctic or Siberian air, and it will just be generally quite dry and probably cold with frost if it's a clear high, but could also be relatively mild with anticyclonic gloom. Now that's January from CANSIPS. This is a mean cell pressure anomaly for January. So the ridge pulls away from us into the middle of the Atlantic in January, and it looks like heights are beginning to rise a little bit towards Greenland. Low pressure is around here. We have got some higher pressure. If we come over here, I hope you can see this okay. We have got some higher pressure up towards Scandinavia as well. That's a little bit more interesting, you know, for January. I think the jet stream is being pushed southwards with that. The jet stream is beginning to move southwards a little bit. We've got higher pressure to our north and also to our west. Winds are tending to be in from more of an easterly direction. I think that could be quite a coldish month for January and a little bit unsettled as well. So possibly a little bit of wind. I won't go overboard with this. It's not like a freezing cold month at all, but just possibly there's a chance of something a little bit colder from CANSIPS in January. And then February, we revert into like a zonal sort of thing with low pressure to our north, high pressure is to our west, winds are in from a westerly direction. So February probably reverts to being quite mild, wet and windy. We could still align the jet stream northwest to southeast a little bit in February, but generally February looks rather milder, wetter and windier to me. And also true for March as well. So for March, you've got high pressure to our south, low pressures to our north, winds are in from the west. So March also looking mild and also looking zonal too. So that's the latest update from CANSIPS. I think that January is probably the most interesting. Right, let's have a look at CFS V2. What's the time? Coming at 10 to 7. Let's have a look at CFS V2. So this is the 500 millibar height anomaly from a CFS V2. for October. We'll rattle through these very, very quickly. So October shaping up to be an unsettled month, a cold, wet month. High pressure is out to our west, just here in the middle of the Atlantic. Low pressure is over top of the country as a deep trough. So cool and wet in October. Let's have a look at November. This is how November is looking. Going westerly in November. High pressure to our west-southwest. Low pressure to our north. Winds are in from a westerly direction. Westerly and mild in November. Let's have a look at December. This looks a little bit more interesting. This is December, 700 millibar height anomaly, raising the heights again to the north, in the north latitudes. You'll know we've been doing this for several weeks now, several months actually, looking at these charts. You'll know that the CFS is continuously raising the heights within the northern latitudes for this winter, and then relaxing them, and then raising them again. Last week we saw the above average heights per blocking signal going away, really. Now the blocking signal is coming back again. So raising the heights in the northern latitudes, mid-Atlantic ridge as well. There's no particularly evident trough of low pressure, but you'll think there'd be a trough through here, really. And so that could be quite a cold and wintry signal, I think, anyway. My interpretation of that is that it could be quite a cold and wintry signal for December across northern parts of Europe with the CFS V2. This is how January is looking. So again, we've got above average heights to our south, but also connecting back to mid-Atlantic and going northwards as well. Trough low pressure is over to the east of the country. Jet stream and flow is lining up northwest to southeast. So for January, you would expect not quite as clear-cut a cold signal, I don't think, as what we have in December. But nevertheless, you would probably expect some cold snaps to be coming through for that, if nothing else, during January. February is looking like this. Again, notice dramatically raising the heights to the north. So the yellows and oranges are back in business within the northern latitude. Now, as it is, this is mild for February, with low pressure over top of the country and a ridges to our south. Winds are in from the west. But of course, with this sort of level of northern blocking that we've got here within the northern latitudes, everything could get pushed southwards in reality. So this ridge could go southwards and go towards Bermuda. This trough could go southwards and the blocking could come southwards as well. So as long as we raise the heights within the northern latitudes, there will at the very least be the chance of cold snaps and cold interludes, if nothing else. The last one we're going to look at is March. So March then looks like this. Again, quite interesting. Above average heights to our north, below average heights to our west. You'll think probably bringing in an easterly flow, if anything, for March. So this is a very interesting update this week from the CFS. You know, these charts are changing continuously, particularly in terms of the blocking in the northern latitudes, continuously raising the heights, then lowering the heights, and then raising the heights again. Last week, the CFS really backed off that blocking signal in the northern latitudes, but this week, the CFS has really increased that blocking signal again. We'll look at it all over again next week, and it will be interesting to see whether next week we continue to raise the heights within the northern latitudes, or whether the CFS will again back away from those raised heights. But what the CFS is doing at the moment is quite interesting. And I can't remember this for quite a long time. You know, the CFS behaving like this. So something is going on within the CFS where it's continuously trying to raise the heights, but then it backs off, but then it raises the heights again within the northern latitudes. The last thing to look at is one of the CFS V2 runs at Metro Service, a midday run of CFS V2, generated midday yesterday. I have no idea what this is going to show. I just got the chart up for the 1st of November, so this is going to be a bigger surprise to me as it is for all of you. We're going to rattle through this as quickly as we can. So we're starting off at the beginning of November, looking quite chilly at the beginning of November, with high pressure to our southwest, low pressure is to our north. Into the first week of November, let's just stop and have a little sip of Coke again. Okay. That's it. I've wetted vocal cords again. So this is how things looking on the 3rd of November. With low pressure moving in from off the Atlantic, diving southwards. So quite cool, maybe quite cold, a little bit on the unsettled side too. Then going milder and westerly as we run on into the second week of November, with winds going into the west and into the southwest. Again, I have no idea what this is going to show. I have not looked at this. Remember, the CFS is run 4 times a day, and most charts we just looked at, those anomaly charts, are like anomaly charts based on the 4 CFS runs that are being churned out every day. This is just one individual run. So this, despite the fact that the CFS is raising the heights generally at the moment within its 4 runs, this may be one that is very mild. I do not know what this is going to show. We're into the middle of November, and we have high pressure to our south and low pressure is away to the northwest. Let's see where things go to the second half of November. So all looking quite mild. This looks like quite a mild November. Perhaps a very mild November with high pressure to our south and low pressure away to the north and to the west as well. Let's carry on running through, and we come to the end of November. We begin to take the high pressure out to our west. So the high pressure is on the move. Looks like we're going to have a cold snap from the north at the very end of November. Some cold and northerly winds. Not going to last very long. And then back into Atlantic driven westerlies for the start of December. It is the 2nd of December. It's the day we're releasing the GavsWeatherVids.com winter forecast, of course, for winter 2021. It's also Richard's birthday, by the way. 2nd of December. So we're going to be wet and windy there, with winds in from the west. So that's powering in westerlies big time. Moving through the first week of December, look how this low pressure beginning to drop southwards. So the low pressure dropping southwards, heights are rising to the north. Very interesting, going much colder later on through the first week of December. Much, much colder here, with northern blocking and low pressure diving southwards. Now, we're on the 9th of December. This is one of those bizarre situations where the jet stream is, we're on the cold side of the jet stream. Really, we're to the jet stream to our south. We have got northern blocking, but somehow or other, it's all worked out to bring us some mild south-southwesterly winds. So actually, we will be relatively mild there through most of the country. But the overall weather pattern is quite interesting. Let's see what happens as we roll on. Where do things go then? So we're moving into the second week of December, and again, looking quite mild. Winds are in from the south, but it's not a typical, sort of zonal westerly type pattern at all. So we've still got some northern blocking up towards Greenland. Got above average heights to our south as well. Low pressure over to west of the country. We're drawing up like a mild southerly wind. We'd be mild with that, but we would also be pretty wet as well. What's the time? 7:15. So we'll carry on running through this, and then be wrapping up the live stream very, very shortly. We're moving up towards Christmas now, and low pressure beginning to power in from off the Atlantic. So this actually looks like a mild December on this CFS V2 run. Christmas Eve is mild west and southwesterly. Yes, so this is a mild Christmas on this CFS run. Again, I did not look at this before I started live stream, so this is a bigger surprise to me as this year. I had no idea what this is going to do. Mild and westerly between Christmas and New Year as well. Nothing really cold doing here up to the new year. Let's go out beyond that. So we're into January now, into the first week of January. And so again, we're trying to raise the heights to the north, and this time looks like we're going to be a little bit more successful in pulling in some cold weather. So we're into the first week of January, 7th of January, heights are rising to the north of Scotland, winds are turning into the east and to the northeast as well, and this is going to pull in cold air from the east. So after that sort of mild December, and rather a bit of a tease of a December, I suppose, really, but after that we've got to January, and now we are probably starting to pull in cold air from the east. So here we go. We've got high pressure to the north of Scotland up towards Norway. We're pulling in a bitterly cold east wind. That brings snow with it. So a proper spell of really cold and wintry weather there as we go through the first week to second week of January. Towards the middle of January, again, a little bit of cold snap from the north. It looks like we're reintroducing a milder westerly for the second half of January. Well, will that be a lot for cold from this CFS V2 run? Let's run on and see what happens into the second half of January. Again, we've got milder. Winds are in from the west with this low pressure to our north. High pressure is to our south. It's looking like generally it's a mild winter, but it does have a very potent easy spell early on in January. But otherwise, it looks quite mild with this. We're coming to the end of January now. high pressure building in across the country. But again, notice all of this purple up here, up in the northern latitudes, that is deep low pressure within the northern latitudes. That will, so as long as that's there, we're not going to get northern blocking. As long as we've got those sort of low heights in the northern latitudes, we will not get northern blocking, and any cold weather will be generally short-lived. Does anything cold happen as we go through to February? Let's look. So high pressure takes over for February. It's a mid-latitude region, but it has got ourselves a southern Scandinavia, so this would be dry and a little bit on the frosty side, I suppose, for early February. But again, nothing doing from a northern blocking perspective here. Up to the middle of February, we're going quite stormy. So what happens again, second half of February, again looking stormy, particularly to the north and to the west. This is not a good run for cold weather. This is not a good run from MetroSeal from cold weather. I did not know what this was going to show, and that's it. So that's what the CFS does, you see. So the CFS, generally, as we've established, the CFS is raising the heights within the northern latitudes. The CFS is going cold, trying to go colder, generally. But these individual runs can go in any direction. And this one, that I picked out for you randomly, I did not know what it's going to show, is going generally mild, with just one very potent cold snap early on in January into the start of March, and again, low pressure powering in from off the Atlantic. Maybe a little bit colder there by the 9th of March, but we are into the spring then. Right, so that's it. That's brought you up to date with CFS and also with CANSIPS as well. I think generally, if you want a colder winter, despite that individual CFS run going by, I think generally if you want a colder winter, today's seasonal model updates, so from CANSIPS and from the CFS anomalies, I think they are a little bit encouraging, actually, for anybody who is hoping for a cold winter, despite what we was just seeing there. Right, okay, so let's get ourselves back to YouTube then. We're going to wrap up the live stream. So I'm going to turn off the display capture. That's going for the final time. For the final time, the image is coming back up, and I'm coming back up for the last time on this live stream as well. Hello, I am back once again, and I'll just pop back to YouTube. We'll see what you all made of that, and so we'll wrap up the live stream very, very shortly. We've been hovering over 130 concurrent viewers through most of this live stream, certainly after the first half hour, so it's been another really massive stream. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, everybody, for making this another incredible live stream. Right, Iceman, possibly the worst CFS run I've ever seen on these live streams. Do you think so, Iceman? It did have one cold snap, though, didn't it, early on in January? But that's the CFS. That's what the CFS gives, the CFS takes away. But I wouldn't worry too much. I wouldn't worry too much about those individual CFS runs. We do those for fun, but the ones to concentrate on are like the anomaly charts, really. And for the anomalies from CANSIPS or from the CFS, I think looking a lot more encouraging for anyone who wants a colder winter, really. And I mean, even CANSIPS is like hinting at a bit of a colder spell for or colder pattern for January, which is very, very unusual for CANSIPS. Right. So, what did you all make of that then? So, let's have a look. Hello there, Daily. Oh no, December looks awful. Oh dear. Right. Let's move on down then. So we've also got Darth Vader, no. Hello there, Daily. February, bad. Iceman, February, oh dear. Right. Savvy, no. SB, ooh. So you didn't enjoy. Is that CANSIPS, maybe? Or the CFS? Matthew Richards, Northern blocking February and March, possibly. James Jones, CANSIPS always mild. I think CANSIPS is a little bit more interesting for January, though. I think CANSIPS is a little bit more interesting for January. It looks like you're all quite disappointed with CANSIPS, but I thought CANSIPS, was a little bit more interesting, really, this month. Compared to what it normally is, because normally its default is mild, isn't it? Transport Manchester checks in. Looks good. Tropical gives snow. Yeah, that's from the CFS, I suspect. We're up to CFS now. Anomalies. Dominic Holmes, January looks good. Hello there, Daily. Not very impressive February. So Katrine, December projections look very interesting. Yeah, December, January looking quite interesting. James Jones got that high pressure over Spain, though. Yeah, you got to lower the heights down to our south, though. Right, okay. So Paul James, weather has a habit of changing its mind. It certainly does. Tell me about it, Paul. Tell me about it. Right. Also, let's have a look. Moving on down. So, Transport Manchester, CFS is trying to get us to panic. CFS trying to get us to panic for a second. Mike Rawcliffe has been with us. Good evening to Mike Rawcliffe. Savvy, I swear, if we have another PV of Doom, I'm moving to Sagittarius. Wow, you're going a long way then, Savvy. James Youngs, I think Gav may have picked the warmest run of the 4. I might have done, I don't know, James. I picked it completely at random, so I had no idea what that was going to do. But it does keep everybody's feet on the ground, you see, doesn't it? So sometimes the CFS will give us, you know, a really cold and snowy one. Sometimes it'll give us a polar vortex of doom, and that's what it did there, I think. Sharon saying, just a brief period in January, then that's it for winter. That was it on that CFS run, wasn't it? Kevin, CFS sucks you in and then spits you out. Yes, it does. Welcome to model watching, Kevin. Those of us that have been around the block a few times, as I have over the past 20 years, know all about these models sucking you in and then spitting you out. We certainly do. So that is model watching, particularly winter model watching, UK style. Right, I'm at the bottom of the live chat, so we're going to wrap up the live stream there, and then so then I'm going to have to go off, and I'm going to get written update done for part, what is it? It's going to be part 1 of the 5th Winter 2020 update, and now I have to record part 2. So I've got a busy evening ahead of me, once again. Kieran Bushnell, great stream again, Gav. Sorry I missed the first bit. The interesting signs, and the sun being coming out of minimum. Winters just outside of minimum tend to be colder on average. We're going to look at that in a couple of weeks. We're going to do a solar special, I think, Kieran, in a couple of weeks. So that's going to be great. Solar special will be the 7th winter update, marking the halfway point. That mark the halfway point. Be a solar special. Update number 7. It's going to be great. We will probably premiere that one, or those two. And it's going to be great. That'll be like the weekend of the 17th, 18th, 19th of October. It's also my birthday weekend as well. It's going to be a birthday live stream on the 17th of October. Right, so Spying Dutchman. Always great to see new names. Spying Dutchman. Have you think about the current snow stats? That could well be January global warming projection. I don't know. I don't know about that. Right, so, yeah, Sammy's saying, ooh, I think that's related to my solar special. 7th Winter 2020 update will be a solar special, so we'll bring you an update with all of the trackers and everything, all of that kind of thing, and we'll show you the analogues for winters occurring early on, probably the first or second winters of the new solar cycle. So update number 7 will be a solar special, and it marks a halfway point on winter updates, so we'll probably be premiering parts 1 and parts 2 with that. And also there'll be a birthday live stream as well. On the 17th, Saturday the 17th of October. So quite unusual for me to do a live stream on a Saturday, but that's my birthday. Kieran, last one, I'm then going to wrap up the stream. Kieran's saying, by the way, thanks to your support, I got more subscribers to our charity channel and now close to £3,000. So a huge thank you to you. Had Sir Andrew Strauss, the Ashes winning captain, last week. It's fantastic. Thank you so much, Kieran. That is an incredible amount of money to raise. That is unbelievable. £3,000. Well done, my friend, for raising that for your charity. I'm so pleased I've been able to give you a little bit of publicity and help you get to that incredible amount that you have raised. That is unbelievable. Thank you so much, Kieran, for the lovely comment. But particularly well done. You know, really well done. for raising that amount of money. Right, so I'm going to say thank you so much to all of our moderators. So if everyone can say thank you to Richard, if everyone can say thank you to Savvy, if everyone can say thank you to Iceman, if everyone can say thank you to Alpha SB for moderating the live stream, that would be absolutely great. Thank you so much to all of the moderators. Thank you so much to all of our moderators for moderating what's been another really big live stream. So thank you to the moderators. Thank you to all of you. Right, I'm just going to say thank you to our super chatters on this live stream as well. So thank you for your kindness and generosity to Craig98. Thank you for your kindness and generosity to James Jukebox. Thank you for your kindness and generosity to Stevie Wells. Thank you so much for your kindness and generosity to David Cook. Thank you so much for your kindness and generosity to Joel McGrath. Thank you to all of the super chatters. It's amazing. It's incredible. Thank you to each and every one of you for doing that for me and for GavsWeatherVids as well. So I'm going to end the live stream there. If you are waiting for the written version of the winter update, then that will be released at GavsWeatherVids in around an hour or so's time. I'm going to get myself a bit of tea, and then I've got to get that written. It's partly written already, but I've got to add a little bit more to it, and I'll get that onto winter updates page for you this evening. And then, of course, we're going to have the part 2 of the 5th winter update coming up for you tomorrow. That'll be at 6 p.m. It's going to be looking at September data. So we're looking at winters following September's with a CT range of 13.8 to 14.0. That'll be a very interesting watch, and part 2 will be coming up for you tomorrow at 6 p.m. Next live stream is going to be on Wednesday, so we'll see you live on Wednesday again, same time, same place, 6 o'clock. That's Gav's live stream hour. So yeah, we'll see you live on Wednesday, and of course we've got the 6th winter update, parts 1 and 2 again, coming up for you next weekend. Stay safe and stay well, and we're going to see you live on Wednesday. But don't forget the part 2 of the 5th winter update release at 6 p.m. tomorrow. For this live stream, it's been another incredible live stream, and thank you so much to all of you for making it such an incredible live stream. For this live stream, thank you so much, and it's time for me to go. So thank you so much to all of you, and bye for now, and we'll see you on Wednesday. Bye for now.